Mo, we talked about this earlier. I'm about to start off with you, right? 49ers traded the Dolphins for the third pick in the 2021 draft. Name one player the 49ers are going to draft. Give me one.
All right, so
You're on the clock. You're on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna go Fields.
All right. I'm going Fields,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
The weapons that they have, and what Shanahan wants to create, and I heard analysis today that brought home what I thought already. If Kittle and them are healthy, can you imagine him doing bootlegs and rollout passes with Kittle healthy, and you got Ayuk and you got Deebo Samuels and them running around, and you got play action? What do you look at now? You got to defend both, and they running backs are not terrible. And then if their offensive line is healthy, that's one of the top 3 offensive lines in the league when they're healthy. Yeah. So now you're looking at, what do you defend now? When you see play action, when you see the run fakes, when you see everything going on, what are you trying to defend?
Interesting.
And I think Fields adds that element to it where you cause people in. And right now, this is where you take it right now. This is where you take this division right now. You don't know what you're going. Man, come on. I'm sorry. I have no respect to him. But now we're going to see what Stafford made of, because now you got weapons. You ain't got no shoes no more. You ain't in Detroit no more. You got weapons now. You got dogs. And you got a top 5 defense. And then you go to Seattle. They in disarray. You don't know what's going on with Wilson and the picks and stuff they made. And then you go to Arizona. Okay, you exciting. Oh, you excite us. You get us out of our seats. But are you gonna be consistent to make a playoff run? Okay. So it's there for the take. It's there for the taking if they want it, because we've seen what San Fran can do when they're healthy. So I would go. I'm sorry, I go Fields. It's me. I would go Fields.
Corey, 49ers traded Dolphins for the third pick. You're on the clock. Who you drafted?
So personally, I'm completely with Mo. If you're trading up to 3, it's a guy that has to be ready to be the starter day 1. And I saw the argument online this week that the Niners are going to have a lot of contracts to be handing out coming up with Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and all of them on the defense. So getting a rookie quarterback for the next 5 years on a rookie contract is going to be pretty crucial. I know there's been talk of Mac Jones, and it does make sense in this sense that Mac Jones's pro comparison that I've heard the most is Kirk Cousins. Now, when Cousins was in Washington in his most successful seasons, who was his coordinator? Kyle Shanahan. When Cousins was about to leave Washington, who was the top name that was being thrown out there for where Cousins was going to end up? San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan. If Shanahan is comfortable with Jones' skill set and thinks it is one that he knows and can win with, it's crazy to go up to 3 to get him, because you're definitely overpaying to go to a spot to get a guy that would be there a few picks later. But if that's your guy, you go get your guy. And logically, it doesn't make sense to go to 3 for him, but I can see it.
Okay. Craig, 49ers have the third pick. You're on the clock. Who you getting right now?
I'm personally taking Fields, pretty much like what everybody else said. I think he's the most. To me, I think he's the most ready quarterback. Obviously, outside of Trevor Lawrence, he just got to work on. I mean, I guess he really wasn't asked to go through his progression like that at Ohio State, so he really didn't do it as much from what I've been hearing. So obviously, it's not that he can't do it; it's that he wasn't asked to do it as much. I think he has to work on that when he gets into whatever system he's going to get into. I think the 49ers are going to take Mac Jones. I think he fits the system that he's looking for. I read that Shanahan and Lynch are going to skip tomorrow's pro day for, I think, Lance. And I don't know who else has one coming up soon.
Lance,
but I heard
having another one?
That's what I heard. But I heard whoever's, or maybe this has already happened, but I heard they're going to skip pro days to go look at Mac Jones again.
Yeah, they skipped Fields to look at
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think they really like the kid. He's not mobile like the other guys, but he can buy some time. He can get out of the pocket. He's 23. So I think he's like mentally, like age-wise and all that. I think he's ready. He played at Alabama, so he's already had that type of team around him where he's had dogs around him. Like he's had really good, so pretty much everybody's open. But like he's had a really good team, played in a tough conference, won a national championship. He outdueled Fields. And I just think he's probably it's hard to say he's the best fit because I don't know if he's the best fit, but for Shanahan's system that he likes to run, which is like Kirk Cousins, like Corey was saying, I think he fits that team, I guess, the best. But I don't understand why you would trade up if Mac Jones is your guy. Trade up to 3 for Mac Jones when you could probably just either wait at 12, maybe move up to maybe 9 or something like that, trade with Denver, or trade up to 10 with the Cowboys or something like that, just to get him, ensure that you're going to get him if that's your guy that you want. But to me, I don't know why you would trade up if you could just take what I think is a better quarterback in Justin Fields.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. If I'm 49ers, I'm picking Fields. Now, the reason is, you're right, he could go through progressions. I've seen film of him going and looking through reads. He just wasn't asked to do it that complex. And from what we learned from rookie quarterbacks in the past, Patrick Mahomes said 2 years ago, he just learned how to read defense and go through progressions. It's not, college quarterbacks just don't come in the NFL like, blah, 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 blah. It's learned. So I hate when they say, he doesn't go through. Every quarterback didn't go through that. They're not learning that. They don't learn that in college. So it depends on the quarterback to put in the work. I looked at a lot of draft experts have Justin Fields. He has a really high draft ranking. Everybody that I've looked at who analyze draft products say Justin Fields is the second best quarterback prospect. Out of 50 players, he's in the top 10 of a lot. I looked at one today. He has a really high grade, and he's done this for 2 years. He has a strong arm. He can make every throw. I've been hearing they moved up to get Mac Jones. And once again, Mac Jones is a cousin. Hey, they're the football brains, and listen. I'm not trading 3 to get him. You know what they could have done? They could have traded the Eagles to get above the Panthers if they're thinking that's their guy. They could have. I don't see Atlanta taking Mac Jones. I've heard no reports of Atlanta taking Mac Jones. Maybe they take him. I don't understand why. And I hope they hit, because if they take Mac Jones at 3 and Justin Fields ends up maybe falling to the Patriots or the Broncos, and he's a 10-year perennial quarterback, Shanahan is done. This is a lot of bet. They're tied.
Going back to trading Garoppolo, you're staking your job on that pick. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in a quarterback class like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say though, you look at both 2 of the top 3 receivers are from Bama. Both of them have been asked. Tua Jones. Tua went fifth or 6th last year. Fifth to the Dolphins. And both of them said Jones over Tua.
Yeah.
So the guys catching the balls from them prefer Mac Jones. Maybe it isn't. I think Jones obviously would be looked at higher in any other quarterback class. Coming out with this loaded of a class is hurting him, some at least from the outside evaluators. But it is to James. If that's their guy, go get your guy. And if Mac Jones takes them to a Super Bowl, nobody's going to question if they took him 3rd or 6th or where.